Here are my thoughts on the Victoria's Secret Pink Patisserie collection. This is the 2025 Holiday Gourmand collection for pink. Victoria's Secret Pink Biscotti Delight is a bakery pistachio with sugar and vanilla. At the first spray, I get a sharp, nutty pistachio. I've said this time and time again, but I really hate when pistachio fragrances lean green and estrogen, such as with the Cali Yum Pistachio perfume. This does have a slight greenness, but luckily the sweetness takes over and it becomes more gourmand. Speaking of gourmand, there is a bakery element to this fragrance, not necessarily cookie, but more of a pistachio vanilla croissant. For me, Biscotti Delight really shines in the dry down when the generic pistachio settles into a sugared bakery vanilla goodness. I rate this a 7 out of 10. Bath & Body Works Pistachio Glaze leans more creamy with a sweeter rather than bakery vanilla. Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62 is more floral with a salty caramel. Victoria's Secret Pistachio Crème is more floral and candied with no bakery elements. Remember to check out my other videos on the other new body care collections from Victoria's Secret. My goal before doing my first giveaway is to reach 5,000 followers on TikTok, 2,000 followers on Instagram, and 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Happy watching! Victoria's Secret Pink Coconut Cream is a whipped airy cream with caramel. At the first spray, I get a nutty, pulpy coconut before it softens and settles into buttercream. Imagine how the thick coat of cupcake icing smells before you take a bite. I don't smell any carbohydrate, bakery, or bready quality whatsoever. I think this fragrance captures the cream and topping rather than the actual pastry. Coconut cream's dry down is a sweet caramel that is not too syrupy or milky. The touch of salt is barely there. It doesn't change its fragrance. Its purpose is to add contrast and keep the caramel from being sickly sweet. I love how simple this fragrance is. Also, the performance is not bad. I rate this an 8.5 out of 10. Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Swirl Cake is more dense and syrupy with pumpkin spice. Completely different. Victoria's Secret Pink Buttery Sugary has a bready bakery quality and is more syrupy. If you like one, I think you'll like the other. Victoria's Secret Coconut Passion Brulee is sweeter and more dense, with a slight touch of cinnamon. Victoria's Secret Pink Vanilla Sundae is much lighter with vanilla and not as sweet. Sniff Extra Whip is more floral and powdery. Victoria's Secret Pink Jam Cookie is a sweet powdery pastry with raspberry jam. At the first spray, I get a soft tart raspberry that almost immediately deepens and becomes sweeter and very syrupy. I could not detect the almond butter until I tried this on my skin, but when I did, I was shocked at how realistic it was. The ground up almonds wrapped up in a buttery cocoon subsides into a dense sugar cookie. The cookie and jam cookie is as basic as it gets with no other spices, no other accents, and in my opinion, the raspberry jam and almond butter is all that it needs. I rate this an 8.5 out of 10. Bath & Body Works Autumn Drive is a fruity, tart raspberry and vanilla, completely different. Bath & Body Works Sweet Petal Pound Cake has a strong floral rose element with a tartar, more fruity raspberry and cake, also completely different. Victoria's Secret Pink Strawberry Dip is more fluffy and candied and not as bakery gourmand. This one is completely different as well. Let's do some perfume layering combos for the Victoria's Secret Pink Patisserie collection. I don't have a lot of gourmand perfumes, but I'm trying to build up my collection. Let me know your favorite gourmand perfumes in the comments. In my opinion, Forever Mousse She Wears Here is more of a warm floral perfume, but if you want to boost up the gourmand and pistachio, definitely pair it with Biscotti Delight. I know a lot of people were disappointed that the Rare Beauty perfume wasn't as pistachio gourmand as you wanted to. Definitely pair it with Biscotti Delight if you want to add more of that sweet gourmand quality and like pare down the florals. Another great perfume to combo it with is the Stiff Healed Away perfume, one of my favorite pistachio perfumes. You want to add just some beautiful nuttiness, some beautiful gourmand notes. Definitely pair it with that body mist to make it more elevated. Brown Girl Jane Chalette is a chocolate gourmand perfume done right. You want to add some caramel and creaminess? Definitely pair it with coconut cream. It's going to make it just a delectable, sweet, beautiful gourmand duo. Another great gourmand duo would be Ellis Brooklyn Queens Caramel. This one is a very caramel heavy, syrupy type of fragrance. You want to add more of that coconut cream, you want to add some airiness, you want to maybe boost up the sweetness, combine those two. Another great combo if you want to go the vanilla route is the Maison Azura Vanilla Voyage. This is a beautiful kind of basic perfume, vanilla perfume with some caramel with a lot of sweetness. Combine those two together. Forever Mood I Am Here is a red velvet perfume with oud and raspberry. It's a challenging perfume for me, so adding jam cookie just gives it more gourmand and sweetness that can make it more just like a easier scent to approach. Another great combo would be the Lattafa Noble Blush perfume. This one is more of a warm floral. It has pistachio, but if I want to boost up the sweetness, this is how I would do it. Lastly, jam cookie with Okja times Paul React Strawberry Sensation is not exactly the same notes, but it gives it just more gourmandness and more bakery-ness. The strawberry and the sugar here with the gourmand notes of jam cookie, chef's kiss. Let's rank these from my most to least favorite. This was hard. First place goes to coconut cream. It has just such a beautiful caramel cream blend. I know it sounds really basic, but I feel like sometimes caramel can become too dense and just too heavy. They did a really good job here of making it soft and also having coconut, but not too much. And lastly, this perfume, this body mist has pretty good performance. I sprayed it on me about 3 hours ago, and I can still smell it pretty strong. Second place goes to Jam Cookie. This one is a really unique cookie scent. It has just enough cookie so that it's not just like too novelty smelling. And in my mind, this is a gourmand that's executed well. As someone who is not a gourmand girl, last place goes to Biscotti Delight. This body mist is nice. It's just that I'm tired of pistachio. I feel like there's just too much pistachio releases. This one has a kind of sharp opening, but the dry down is really the best part, and the dry down is what saves it for me. I think that this is a fantastic collection. This is absolutely backup worthy. The Victoria's Secret Pink Patisserie collection, in my opinion, is better than last year's Pink Gourmand Holiday collection. I review all the Victoria's Secret collections, and I insist that you do not need them all. When I recommend that you skip a release, like I recommended you skip the recent Now Serving collection, please keep in mind that there's always something better on the way. This is the better. Let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time, I'm Pearl Denise, and this is Beauty Body Pearl.